The following is a production of Learfield Sports.
It's football season in Chattanooga, where the Mocs are back-to-back SoCon champions.
We've got tremendous football players in this room.
Caught at the 25, down to the 20, down to the 10, touchdown Chattanooga.
Well, I think the fan support part of it is huge because our fans are phenomenal.
Wants to throw, and it is picked.
Led by head coach Russ Huseman.
Come out and play with unbelievable energy today. Play with the chip on your shoulder today. You guys belong. Let's roll.
Welcome to Inside Chattanooga Football, hosted by head coach Russ Huseman and the voice of the Chattanooga Mocs, Jim Reynolds. Brought to you by Allegra, 24-hour relief from indoor and outdoor allergies. By Coca-Cola, Chattanooga Coca-Cola Bottling Company, the world's largest Coca-Cola bottler. By FSG Bank, proud to be the official bank of Chattanooga Mocs Athletics.
Welcome to Inside Chattanooga Football. I'm Jim Reynolds in the newly refurbished UTC locker room. On our program, we have lots of things to talk about, including highlights of UTC's win over Mars Hill last weekend. Of course, we'll preview the upcoming game against Sanford. Sports nutritionist Ron Dickson is going to show us all the new training methods that there are as far as sports nutrition, eating properly, and getting ready for a game. And also our student athlete of the week, defensive end Vantrel McMillian, will be along. So we have a lot to talk about on the program. That all comes your way next when Inside Chattanooga Football returns right after this.
We celebrate you, loyal UTC fans, who brave sunburn and parking game after game. You super fans who live, eat, and breathe your UTC sports. And you, family of fanatics, passing down your game day traditions. No matter who you are, Mighty Mocs, FSG has you covered. Get the exclusive Power C debit card and show your UTC pride. Together, we'll ride the rails to victory. FSG Bank is proud to be the official bank of UTC Athletics.
This segment of Inside Chattanooga Football is brought to you by Allegra, 24-hour relief from indoor and outdoor allergies.
You know, we got to regroup. Like I told the team, I mean, that game's not going to define our season. You know, we got to recover and get ready to play. And you know, we got 10 regular season games left. And every one of them are just as important as the one we just played last week or last Saturday. They're all important. Mars Hill's the next one, and we better get better. We better improve this week. We better play smarter, or it'll be a long day out there on Saturday. So I think our guys will recover and practice hard and play well on Saturday.
I mean, of course, we always want to win. We're not going to treat this game any different. We're going to go, we're preparing, we're going to study. We're looking to win, of course. I mean, no matter what division or anything else, we always going to treat it the same. Anything can happen.
Well, they played Western Carolina last week.
It was last week.
Yeah, Western beat them, and that score is 20-7. And Mars Hill's got the ball in the red zone going in to make it a 20-14 game. Mars Hill had about 375 yards total offense on them. So that game didn't get – it ended up 42-14, but it didn't get out of hand until late in the third quarter, you know, into the fourth quarter. And Western finally, you know, hit a couple on them. But, you know, Mars Hill's got one wide out that signed with Texas, first committed to Georgia, went to Georgia military, signed with Texas, couldn't get in school there, and now he's there. He had like 9 catches against Western. Then he got another guy who's a really, really good player. They got 2 wideouts that can play for anybody in this league, no question. They got 2 running backs that are extremely talented, can run hard. They play 2 quarterbacks. One's a better thrower than the other one. The other one's a little bit better athlete, and both those guys are very good players. They got 2 transfer offensive linemen, one from Clemson, one from South Carolina. So it's just not a team coming in here without talent. And then defensively, they're pretty big up front. I think they're physical. I can't overly comment because I haven't really been watching that side of the ball, but from what I understand, they've got some guys that can play and play well. Western's a good football team. Pretty good tempo too. Yeah, they move pretty good. I like what they're doing on offense. They've changed from last year. They are a tempo offense. They get to the line, they're snapping it as many times as they can. I think they're doing a great job with it. Again, playing against a team in Western Carolina who has, I think, everybody back defensively, and the Western Carolina team speed is great. I mean, it's fantastic watching them on film. So, they moved the ball. They got some big plays. They threw it and caught it great. And then, obviously, the tempo is an issue, too.
The Learfield Sports Directors Cup honors the nation's best overall collegiate athletic program in each division, men's and women's sports. The prestigious award continues its reign as the crowning achievement in college athletics. To follow your favorite team, like us on Facebook. Find us in USA Today, online, and on Twitter at LS Directors Cup. Over 2 decades of excellence, the Learfield Sports Directors Cup.
This segment of Inside Chattanooga Football is brought to you by Coca-Cola. Chattanooga Coca-Cola Bottling Company, the world's largest Coca-Cola bottler.
My name is Ron Dickson. I'm the Associate Director of Athletic Performance here at the University of Tennessee at Chattanooga. As an athletic performance coach, you're constantly trying to figure out new ways to enhance performance. What are some things that maybe we could build upon or we could emphasize that are going to enhance their performance that we're not even doing at the foundational level? Nutrition. So we started taking polls, we started talking to our athletes. Another thing we did last semester was we did a document called Eat This First, which had to do with, we put out the menus from Crossroads and said, eat these for healthier sources of proteins, eat these for healthier sources of fats. When our athletes are choosing food, again, we want to go very general. So we say, we want you to get a better source of protein, something that's not fried, so baked or grilled or broiled. And then we want to get, a fruit on the plate, a vegetable on the plate, and then some other sources of healthier carbohydrates. Most of the time, this would be the first plate, and then I would have a big side salad beside it. Now, when we tell our athletes to get the food, if we told them just to eat this every time, probably wouldn't work out so well. Our success rate wouldn't be so great. So what we tell them to do is we want you to eat this first. And what we mean by that is we want you to make your first plate really healthy. A fruit, a vegetable, lean source of protein, a better source of carbohydrate. And then from there, after you get done with that first plate, then go eat things that you would want to eat, I guess you could say in a sense. So feed your body what it needs first before you feed it what it wants. So this is our sport nutrition room. This is predominantly for the football team, but we do have some other supplements for other athletes in here as well. One of the big things we try to do is get our athletes calories. We have Powerade, then we'll have like a protein supplement here. A lot of carbohydrate sources throughout this room. Over here you'll see we have a lot of like breakfast type. Currently we have 4 nutrition interns from our nutrition department here at UTC that come in. They do everything to give our athletes general information on things to eat. They also organize and kind of keep this room tidy. As you walk into the weight room here, as soon as you walk through the doors to the right, you'll see our nutrition board or our athletic performance board. Here we put out a lot of information on everything from nutrition to sleep to hydration to other components of athletic performance that you wouldn't really even think about. We also put a lot of information on social media as well, so Twitter, Facebook. So getting that information out there to use that information to make better decisions is what we're really trying to accomplish.
It's time for the Student Athlete Spotlight, brought to you by Southeast Bank.
Hand off up the middle, little running room, and then stopped and dropped. Shy of the first down.
My name is Vantrel McMillian. I'm from Albany, Georgia. I'm a redshirt junior. In high school, I played football, I wrestled, played baseball, ran track. My real love was for football, though. That was where home was for me. It was just like a normal day, you know, same routine, wake up. I think I met with Miss Lisa.
But he came to my office, it's when I was up on the 4th floor, and he hung on the door frame and he leaned in to get my attention and he just said, "Miss Lisa, I'm so happy and I don't know why."
It was like, why are you so cheerful? I can't even tell you, I was just happy.
And he had a smile from ear to ear and he was so happy. And he went out to practice and that's the day he got hurt.
It was the last scrimmage, which was the last day of spring ball. And I went on a rush and I knew something had happened, but you know, I done had injuries that was that felt worse. But like, kind of find out I tore most of my ligaments in my knee along with my meniscus, and it just felt like maybe, you know, how you take your knuckles and rub it together. It just felt like something like that. It just came down the wrong way. It was kind of frustrating. I didn't think I would be out. I would have been out for a whole year and missed a season plus a spring. And like, it was just frustrating. I didn't really know what to do. I had just got here. I was anticipating to play the upcoming year. I had a good spring, and it's just like that happened. It was just couldn't do nothing but cry and be upset. The process was slow. They felt like I was trying to rush myself, but I felt like they was going so slow. And I retore my meniscus again, and I had to have another surgery. I felt like all the work that I did over a year, waking up early, like I said, in there with Dave constantly icing my knee, the swelling, the pain. It was just like, it became, I felt how I felt when I first did it again. I used that spring and that summer to just focus more on the areas that I felt like would benefit me with the help of the athletic trainers and the strength and conditioning coach. By that summer, I was at 100%, if not more. And I felt like that was me.
Could really see that he was coming back to being the Vantrel he was. A big change and just confidence, feeling comfortable in himself.
I played faster. I was able to move like I wanted to, move like I knew I could. It was just a different, I wasn't thinking about my knee. I wasn't thinking about, okay, this is hurting, I can't do this, I can't do that. It's just like I was full go. I was just like, you know, you have a dog and he knows the leash is off, and you just go. And it was a great feeling.
This segment of Inside Chattanooga Football is brought to you by FSG Bank, proud to be the official bank of Chattanooga Mocs Athletics.
We're going to see all elements right here as Jacob pulls it back, tries to hit the corner, up to the 30, the 35, 40, breaks a tackle and slides down hit from behind around the 46-yard line. Huseman drops back, quick pop pass down the field, caught at the 49-yard line. Little stiff arm, turn the corner, far side, hit out of bounds at the 35-yard line. Next to him, 3 wide receivers far side, pulling it back, throwing it up, and it is complete. Touchdown Chattanooga.
Now I can talk.
There you go. Mocs go inside and get the big score. And UTC drawing first blood. First quarter, 7-7 football game. Man in motion, end around on the near side, trying to turn the corner. Little stutter step, cutting it forward, diving up to the 40, up to the 41. Again at the 16. And they think about reverse. They think about halfback option, and UTC was ready for it that time.
And maybe it's not so easy to take shots anymore.
Hand off, Derek Crane goes short side down the far sideline with some running room and hit out of bounds and picks up the first down. Go. One receiver left, 2 right, play action. Jacob with time, puts it up in the air, complete on the far side. Good throw and catch by Chattanooga on that far sideline. No huddle for the Mocs. Huseman hands it off to Derek Crane again. He goes wide, cuts it upfield. That's a touchdown, Chattanooga. Derek Crane for the Mocs, the junior 5'10", 204-man front for the Lions. Huseman with time, over the middle, pass complete. Alfonso Stewart breaks a tackle. He's in the secondary and dives forward. Crane for Chattanooga. Crane gets the call right up the middle and hit, and he got in. He hurdled it, then was driven back. That's good enough. Broke the plane, touchdown Chattanooga. 3 receivers left side, Young, the wide receiver near side. They have pressure. Mocs go quickly. Young makes the catch and gets down to the 20-yard line for a first down. Sent the goal from around the 8-yard line. Derek Crane gets the call, cuts it upfield inside the 5, fights his way, extends it. Did he get in? Yes! Touchdown Chattanooga. Little second effort by Derek Crane. He back in for the Chattanooga Mocs. Lehman to throw, hit in the backfield, and that's the first sack of the day for the Mocs.
Well, that was Mack
playing the third quarter. Huseman drops back, pump fakes one, goes for it long, has a receiver up in the air, and caught at the 50, at the 40, and brought down around the 35-yard line. That was a deep strike they were talking about. Less than 5. They have to get to the 30 to pick up the first down. Lehman floats it out, and a nice open field pop that time by D. Virgin. On the near side on third down, about 4 yards. Throw underneath, pass caught, 30, 25, 20, and a nice reception by Chattanooga. Good catch by Will Young, the redshirt. Huseman from the gun. Derek Crane stands next to him. He pulls it back over the middle again, and that's complete for a touchdown. C.J. Board on the slant. So Mocs one-on-one coverage and won that battle right there. Extra point block. Hands picked up, and it will be returned. All the way down the field for Chattanooga is Trevor Wright. And Wright puts points on the board for Chattanooga.
Well, that'll make his sideline visit a lot easier.
Football game, which is priority number 1, I would say, and that's what I think will do it with Derek Crane. Crane at the 20, turns the corner, breaks a tackle, spins away, gets across the 25, 6 yards to go. Derek Crane single setback, gets the call once again. Crane with a stiff arm, turns the corner 40, 45, midfield, hit and goes out of bounds and then hit once again. For the Mocs. Jacob takes it back, pulls it in the end zone, puts it up in the air, and that is complete for the touchdown to Derek Crane.
Boy, that is as good as hands as you're going to see out of a running back.
44-34. Mocs claimed the victory, so UTC with their first win of the season.
We celebrate you, loyal UTC fans, who brave sunburn and parking game after game. You super fans who live, eat, and breathe your UTC sports. And you, family of fanatics, passing down your game day traditions. No matter who you are, Mighty Mocs, FSG has you covered. Get the exclusive Power C debit card and show your UTC pride. Together, we'll ride the rails to victory. FSG Bank is proud to be the official bank of UTC Athletics.
Welcome back to Inside Chattanooga Football. I'm Jim Reynolds. Joining me, Mocs head football coach Russ Huesman. And just talk about last Saturday. It was a win, but there's still some correctable errors. Let's go on defense first, and then we'll end up on a positive note. Defense probably allowed too many yards. 428, that's a bunch, isn't it?
Yeah, starting out, a win's a win. I mean, you got to somehow make yourself feel good about it. I still haven't, but, they're hard to come by no matter what. And we're happy with the win. Obviously, we're not satisfied. We're not satisfied with where we are defensively right now. We've given up 9 huge plays in 2 games, and 5 more on Saturday. And we can't play defense like that and expect to win games against quality teams. And we gave up the big plays against Jacksonville State. If we don't do that, we probably win that game. And fortunately, we had enough offense this week that we came out with a win, but we've got to get better.
You mentioned this is going to be an interesting week in practice. Do you open up every job and say, hey, the best 11 go?
A lot of them are opened up. We got to get some of these guys to compete. The guys that are in a backup role, I mean, they can't be satisfied. But again, if they don't show in practice that they're going to be ready to go, we're not putting them in a game. So hopefully we get some competition. Hopefully our guys that haven't gotten to play much come out with a little fire and practice well and push the guys in front of them to get better. And we haven't had that yet, but we need to get it this week.
All right, from week 1 to week 2. Last week we talked about receivers getting better. Xavier Borshati had 10 receptions on Saturday, which ain't a bad afternoon.
Xavier did a nice job, and I think we spread it around to a lot of guys. Probably 6 or 7 wideouts caught the ball. Xavier had a really, really good game, not only catching the football, but he had some runs there too. We got him on a jet sweep a little bit, and he did a nice job there, and broke some tackles even after he caught the ball. So pleased with where he is. Not pleased with that group in general. Still. Some sloppy route running, some missed assignments. We've got good players there, but they got to continue to get better.
All right, and obviously the 1-2 punch, or maybe 1-2-3 with Xavier in there. Jacob and Derek Crane both had pretty good afternoons as well.
Yeah, I mean, Derek ran it 28 times and 169 yards, and he's sore right now. But anytime you run it 28 times, you're going to be sore. And he got us some tough yards. He got us some big. Our third down conversion was tremendous on Saturday, and a lot of that had to do with him and getting us. Because there were times, I told Jeff up there, we're going for it on 4th down. So you got 2 plays here, and you hand it off to Crane, and we get 3-4 yards and get the first down, and you breathe a little sigh of relief. And then Jacob did a nice job. I mean, obviously the 3 fumbles. Off of exchanges, and then the 1 snap that should have been handled. Those are on him. He can't do those things. Those are 3 missed plays.
But he had over 300 yards in total offense. I think 265 in the air and 44 on the ground. 300 yards, and passing B.J. Coleman and Chris Sanders in a couple of categories. That's a good day.
Yeah, he's been really good for us. Obviously, I think everybody realizes the kind of player he is. And he'll be the last one to probably even know that he's passed anybody. But coming in, he was tied with Keon for rushing touchdowns and tied with BJ in passing touchdowns. And he took over the first spot last week against Jacksonville State with a rushing touchdown, and then obviously with the 3 touchdown passes, he's in the lead now for all-time passing touchdowns. So great career so far, but him, like everybody else, we all have to get better. I don't care about a record. I want to win football games.
Samford is 2-0, your first league opponent. That puts a little emphasis on the game in Birmingham, and Samford's been impressive in their first 2, haven't they?
Extremely impressive. I mean, they've got really good players. They're well coached. They got some skilled guys that can. I mean, they're big play after big play after big play. I mean, it's mind-boggling, how electric they are on offense, and then defensively they've always been good. The defensive coordinator does a tremendous job with them. They play hard. They're always in the right gaps. They don't make mistakes. defensively. It'll be a test for our offense, but it'll be a huge test for our defense.
Conference game, pretty good rivalry game as well.
I think it's getting there. This game's meant a lot in the last few years now. 2 years ago, they beat us in overtime and, kept us from an outright crown. Last year, as it turned out, this game was pretty key as it unfolded. So it's turning into a really good rivalry. They got a class program there, and we recruit against them some. It's one of those games where it's important, and I think our guys know it, and I think they know it.
Mocs in Sanford, that's a 3:30 kickoff Eastern time on Saturday in Birmingham. We'll have highlights of that Mocs game with Sanford next time on Inside Chattanooga Football.
Inside Chattanooga Football has been brought to you by Allegra, 24-hour relief from indoor and outdoor allergies. By Coca-Cola, Chattanooga Coca-Cola Bottling Company, the world's largest Coca-Cola bottler. By FSG Bank, proud to be the official bank of Chattanooga Mocs Athletics.